And if I woke up every morning and had nothing on my mind but workout, that would probably be working against me mentally as I'm preparing for the Olympic Games. So I really don't want to have to be thinking about it all day. And to take my mind off of it, this job really does help. Although it involves the Olympic Games, working in the Olympics office, I think it helps to take away the magic of the Olympic Games. You know, there's so much emphasis placed on the Olympics and how it's the pinnacle of athletic performance that if I just kept thinking of it that way, this is it, this is the big thing, this is magical, that I would put just more pressure and more unneeded pressure on myself.
Peter's concentration seems to be well balanced. He'll need every bit of that concentration now as he takes his shot at the gold in the World Championship on the high bar. Remember, he comes in tied for second.
Just a little bit of pressure here, huh?
Wish him well.
There's his reverse Stalder. Here comes the first of his release moves, a straddle Varunin over the top of the bar. No! Gosh. Ah, Peter, I feel bad for you.
You know, he looked like he was holding back a little bit on the giant right before the heck vault, and when he did the Varunin, or the heck vault, he caught and just went straight down, so that carried him a little far forward. Tough break, and now he's got another release move coming up out of his inverted giant, so see if he can get it back together here.
Now, as the rules require, he takes an arbitrary half point, 5/10 of a point deduction for falling off the bar. There's another release. There you go. Straddle front summy re-catch. He's got the hard stuff behind him now, but I'm sure he wishes he could have this whole routine over.
You know, when you work out for the finals, full twisting double layout, you work out for the finals, you know, you're in one event, it's the last event, you sit around for about 3 hours. He didn't really know what to do, so we talked about it.
Yeah, it's tough to stay up for that long, isn't it?
Peter Vidmar. And it's a 9.35. Fair?
I think so. It would have been a 9.85 without the fall, so yeah, that's reasonable.
Disappointing moment for Peter Vidmar. And now from France, Philippe Bertrand, tied for fifth, needs a 9.95 to take the lead.
What originality he has. Watch. He'll do a Stalder and then a 1.5 twisting flyaway re-catch. Right there. Oh, I don't believe it can be done much better than that. That's a gorgeous move. Sucks through to an invert giant, out to an eagle, and the one-arm giant out of the eagle. Very nice work. Getting set up now for his dismount. A layout, double flyaway with just a perfect landing.
Most talented of the French gymnasts today, third in the high bar in the 1983 European Championships. Crowd loved it, Gordon.
Oh, his coaches love it. Look at this. France has not had a history of great gymnasts, but they love this guy.
Well, let's take a slow motion look at this beautiful release move. It was invented by a Frenchman and is now called the depth. Very well done.
From a tie at fifth to first place with that 9.95, a great moment for France.
You hear the whistling. They really wanted a 10 out of that one.
I agree with the crowd. That was great.
Is Alexander Pogorelov from the Soviet Union. 22 years old, 5'8", 134 pounds.
Well, he isn't going to be any different today. He'll be exciting this time, too.
This is the kind of guy who either he hits everything or he misses everything.
Boy, he's heavy in the upper body, isn't he? Really bulky through the shoulders and chest, kind of barrel-chested. All right, there's his Stalder. 4.5 twisting, flyaway, re-catch. Really pretty, really pretty. Now he shoots into inverted, so now into eagle giant. He'll do another release out of his eagle giant. There it is, a full twisting re-catch.
He gives that bar hack, doesn't he?
Listen, I tell you, Kurt, I think today is the day he's going to do it all.
There it is, triple back.
Flyaway. That's one heck of an exercise.
Beautiful. Pogorelov from the Soviet Union. This crowd here in Budapest, Hungary, hosting the World Championships for the second time. First one back in 1934, are seeing the greatest.
Well, here's another look at that full twisting front out of inverted giants. Now you'll notice his body is straight in the air, does a full twist right here, and recatches the bar. It's incredible.
Well, Chris, there's a score, a 9.95, which temporarily at least puts him in the tie for the lead with Batuan. Morasui and Belazarchev yet to come.
And now here's a man who needs a 9.9 to put him into the lead. 24-year-old Shinji Morasui of Japan.
We should have no problems with that, Chris. He's certainly that kind of a gymnast, starting off with one-arm giants with a pivot on the one arm.
I say 9-9 seems easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, after the scores we've seen, there's a double reverse hex again. Really a tough combination, a chancy combination. Now we've seen 3 reverse release moves so far in this exercise. Another one-arm giant. Be getting set up now for his dismount. Getting some speed. It's got to be a big one. There it is, a triple flyaway. Down on it. I think he's going to have a little trouble with his score if the judges do, in fact, count that touch.
Thus far in the World Championships, this man was the only 10 in the high bar competition prior to coming in here today.
Well, here's a slow motion look at that dismount, the triple back somersault. Now, he opens up a little bit early. And what I mean by opens up is you'll see he lets go of his knees just a little bit early, causes him to under-rotate the third flip, and he touches down. Now, technically, that's 1 to 3/10 of a point of a deduction.
Here's the mark at 9.85. Listen to that crowd. They felt that mark should have been higher. I agree with them.
But you know, after giving all the 10s, I think the judges finally found something tangible that they could just hit real hard, and they did it.
Plus, when you're competing such a difficult skill like a triple back, you shouldn't take off very much for that.
They sure did it, though. That knocked him right out of it.
As we said, he needed a 9.9 to take the lead here in the high bar competition, but 9.85, not enough.
He's smiling, but he's disappointed there. You can tell.
Oh, for sure.
And now in the high bar, Dmitry Belazarchev of the Soviet Union.
And he won't disappoint you in this event either. There's a one-arm giant. He really has it all. Takes a pivot out of one arm. Now he's going to go into a reverse hex series. Reverse hex into an immediate release move. Back into giants. Boy, for a 16-year-old, isn't this a precocious gymnast?
Needs a 10 to win it all.
Eagle giants, hop over the top. Here comes his dismount. And a double twisting, double flyaway. Wow, what a landing.
What a routine.
I can't believe the difficulty he has in every single event.
Plus, he makes it look so easy.
Up to this point, already 2 golds and a silver in this individual competition. And the crowd, this is a knowledgeable, appreciative crowd here in Budapest.
Here's a look at that dismount, a double twisting double, and he doesn't budge when he lands. 2 flips, 2 twists, and it's virtually impossible to see. He nails it.
Got him a kiss on the lips from his coach.
And the parade of 10 continues. Belazarchev, his 3rd individual gold. The official results in the high bar, Belazarchev winning the gold, Philippe Batuan and Alexander Pogorelov of the Soviet Union tied for the silver. Gentlemen, let's look toward the Los Angeles Olympic Games.
Well, Chris, I really think that the Soviets now know that they have the Chinese to contend with as a team, and the Chinese now know they have to contend with Belazarchev as an individual.
Kurt, what about the American team's hopes?
Well, they definitely know they've got their work cut out for them now. And the one great thing about the Americans now is they know what they have to do.
Today was true disappointment for Peter Vidmar. Let's go down to Gordon Maddox.
Well, I'm here with Peter Vidmar, and Peter, before the horizontal bar began, I hope I didn't put a hex on you, but I said, gee, I get so excited when I watch because Peter almost always misses his release move in warm-up, but nearly always catches it in the competition. What was going through your mind?
Well, I think the trick that usually you refer to when you talk about that is my front flip from the inverse, and I caught that fine. But the new element that I've been using for about, I'd say, a year and a half is a Markov to a flyaway half. And I had a little trouble in warm-ups, and I tried to put that past me. But certainly, by not making it, it's very disappointing. And this is really what I do gymnastics for. But I know that I just have to get back in the gym and be able to work under pressure all the time. I didn't feel a great amount of pressure. I just did the trick the wrong way.
Did you lose your concentration?
Well, what happened is I threw the first trick the wrong way, and it went up instead of out. And it needs to go out so that I have an extended body to do that flyaway half.
Right.
And I was up, and I told myself that no matter what, you're going to go for that second trick. And I suppose if that was an all-around competition or a team competition, I would have just done a kip and played it safely and moved on and completed the routine successfully. But I wanted to go for that extra trick. I need that extra trick because that's the originality and the risk that I have in my routine. So I decided to do that, and I made the mistake, and I guess that's just the way it goes.
But you've got another meet coming up. You've got the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, so no need to hold back now, is there?
Oh, no, not at all. I have to go harder than ever. Maybe this will be a good kick in the pants for me. Of course, the Olympics is the big meet, and it certainly would have been nice if I could have done well on this to give me a boost for the Olympics. But you never know. Maybe I'll use this to my advantage.
You'll be there.
Okay.
Well, here's another look at the remarkable young 16-year-old world all-around champion, Dmitry Belozerchev. He's now added 3 individual gold medals to his collection. He's solidly established himself now as the man to beat in Los Angeles. You know, but we cannot forget about the great strength of the Chinese.
You know, Kurt, it seems to me that here's a young man who somehow seems to be ahead of his time.
What about this young man from the Soviet Union? How and when did he get started in gymnastics competition? We asked him.
Поначалу я не видел гимнастику до тех пор.
Well, until I went to the gymnasium, I haven't seen any gymnastics. Only then, when I started to attend the trainings, I got acquainted with gymnastics. Of course, then I had the possibility to see Nikolai Andrianov, and later I wanted to be like him. So he was my real pattern, and I think he is, and he will be the hero I will always look up and who I always want to copy.
So the man who wants to copy Nikolai Andrianov is well on his way. That's the story from Budapest. Chris Schenkel, along with Gordon Maddox and Kurt Thomas, reporting from the World Championships.
Yes.